Today we'll learn how to add and subtract fractions with like denominators in word problems. Before we start, we need to understand what it means to have like or common denominators. A fraction represents a piece of a whole. Every fraction has a numerator and a denominator. The denominator, the bottom number, tells us how many pieces the whole is split into, and the numerator on top tells us how many of those pieces we have. Having common denominators means that we have two or more fractions where each whole is split into the same number of pieces. When we're solving a word problem with fractions that have common or like denominators, adding and subtracting the fractions is simple. Keep your denominators the same and add or subtract the numerators. Here's an example. Gianna has some ribbon. In all, she has 8/9 of a yard of ribbon. She has 4/9 of a yard of blue ribbon. The rest is green ribbon. How much green ribbon does Gianna have? My first step is to think about what I need to figure out in order to solve this problem. In this problem, I'm looking for how much green ribbon Gianna has, or the difference between the total amount of ribbon and the amount of blue ribbon. Since I'm looking for the difference, I need to subtract. To start solving, I'll set up a subtraction problem. 8/9 minus 4/9. I can also fill in the denominator of my answer. When we subtract fractions with common denominators, the denominator of our answer will be the same as the denominator of the numbers we're subtracting. Next, we subtract the numerators. 8 minus 4 equals 4. Gianna has 4/9 yards of green ribbon. Looking at this model, I can see how I start with a total, 8 out of 9 pieces, make 4 of those pieces blue to show the blue ribbon, and I'm left with 4 out of 9 pieces that are green. Let's try another problem. Aiden had a birthday party yesterday. After the party, there was pizza left over. There was 3/8 of a pepperoni pizza, 5/8 of a cheese pizza, and 2/8 of a veggie pizza left. How much pizza was left in all? Just like in the first example, the first thing I want to know is what the problem is asking me to solve for. I see that in this problem, I need to solve for the total amount of pizza left over. That tells me we need to add the fractions together. Next, I'll set up the problem by writing all of the fractions next to each other. I'll set up the denominator of my answer before I go any further. I know that since I'm working with fractions with common denominators, the denominator in my answer will be the same as the denominators of the fractions in the problem. So, 8ths. Then, I'll add the numerators together. 3 plus 5 plus 2 equals 10. Aiden had 10/8 of a pizza left over after his party. We could leave this fraction as 10/8, or we could choose to simplify the answer. To simplify 10/8, we need to find a number that we can evenly divide both 10 and 8 by. I notice that both 10 and 8 are even, which means they can be divided by 2 without anything left over. When we simplify this fraction, we get 5/4. Now, we could choose to leave our answer as 5/4, or change this improper fraction to a mixed number. To change 5/4 into a mixed number, I'll start by taking out one whole. In this case, 4/4 is one whole. I know that 4/4 is one whole because the numerator is the same as the denominator. In 5/4, there's one whole and also 1/4 left over. I can rewrite that 4/4 as one whole to get the mixed number 1 and 1/4. Let's review. When you're adding or subtracting fractions with common denominators, the denominator of your answer is the same as the denominator of the fractions being added or subtracted. To find the sum or difference of these fractions, add or subtract the numerators. Good luck!